In 1 Corinthians 14:34-35, Apostle Paul writes, "Women should remain silent in the churches. They are not allowed to speak but must be in submission, as the law says." This passage has sparked debate for centuries. But does God truly forbid women from preaching and leading in the church? Or is there another context we must consider? Let's explore. Is this the only passage that speaks about women being silent in the church? Number A. Similar passage is found in 1 Timothy 2:11-12, where it says, "I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet." But does this mean women are prohibited from preaching altogether? To address this issue, we need to ask few questions and get answers. What did Jesus say about this? Because he is our foundation of doctrine. While Jesus did not explicitly address women preaching, he did include women among his disciples. Women were the first to witness and proclaim his resurrection, Luke 24:9-10. Would Jesus allow women to proclaim the most significant event in Christian history, but restrict them from teaching in the church? Deborah was a judge and prophetess, Judges 4. Priscilla, alongside her husband Aquila, taught Apollos, a great preacher, Acts 18:26. Phoebe was a deacon, Romans 16:1. These examples challenge the notion that God prohibits women from leadership. If preaching is a good thing, why would God deny it to women? The gospel is about spreading the word, and God has used both men and women throughout history. So, what was Paul really addressing in 1 Corinthians?
Upon deeper analysis, Paul was addressing disorder in the church, specifically pastor's wife disrupting the service by questioning their husbands in public. He was not forbidding women from preaching, but rather instructing them to respect order and authority within the church. To understand it better, check out this story of Pastor James and his wife Sarah. A young woman, Sarah, and her husband, Pastor James, stand at the church pulpit. Sarah questions James's interpretation of Paul's teachings.
James, are you saying God forbids women for preaching? What about Deborah? What about Priscilla? Didn't Paul command it?
Sarah, the Bible says women should remain silent in the church. That is God's command.
A wife should not confront her husband publicly.
Is she challenging our pastor?
Sarah's passion for truth clashes with James's rigid interpretation. Their marriage is tested as their theological differences create division within the church. Sarah sits at home reading the Bible, tears in her eyes. James approaches her.
Sarah, I have been thinking maybe Paul wasn't forbidding women from preaching, but was addressing his faith leader in church and nerds.
Exactly. I never meant to undermine you. I really wanted to seek the truth.
The couple stands together in church, united in faith and respect, as the congregation watches. Through love and humility, James and Sarah find common ground, proving that faith should unite, not divide. After careful examination, we realize Paul's instructions were about preventing public disputes between husbands and wives within the church, not forbidding women from preaching. Many church leaders' wives unknowingly challenge their husbands in front of the congregation, which leads to division. Paul's words serve as guidance to maintain unity and order in church. God has used both men and women to spread his message. The key is respect, order, and unity in the church. Let us focus not on silencing voices, but on ensuring the message of Christ is shared by all who are called.